guys, it's Shadow the Rat, and for today's video, I wanted to introduce you to my fourth and final new rat, Jellybean. Now, Jellybean and her three sisters come from a local breeder, and I actually got them about a month ago. However, unfortunately, there was a bit of a mix-up. Basically, I was supposed to get two dwarf rats from this breeder, and they also offered me a third rat, but unfortunately that third rat did not make it. She ended up passing away before pickup date, and so they offered me two other rats to choose from instead, and I just decided to take both of them because, well, of course, I'm not going to say no to other rats. But yeah, that is kind of how I ended up with these girls, and all of them were supposed to be dwarfs, but as it turns out, three of them are actually standards, which it's not a bad thing, but I was hoping for dwarfs specifically for the health benefits, so that was a little disappointing to me. But all in all the girls are very sweet, so that's really what matters. Now, I've already talked about the three standard girls, so Jellybean here is actually the only dwarf in this group, and her variation is a black Berkshire with Dumbo ears and Rex fur, and black is her fur color. Berkshire is her pattern. It means that she has a white belly. And then Dumbo means that her ears are on the side of her head. And finally, Rex means that she has kind of a wavy coat. Anyways, in the case of Jellybean here, she is a very sweet little rat. She's definitely a great example of the fact that personality trumps size when it comes to how rats' hierarchy is kind of organized. And I say that because she is super tiny, but she has no idea, and she regularly tackles my adult standard rats, and they just roll right over because they're like, well, I guess I'm on the floor now, even though this rat is like a fourth of my size or a fifth of my size. Clearly, I cannot do anything about it. It's just really funny to see. I find that with a lot of dwarf rats, actually. I guess they kind of have that small dog mentality, but in rat form. But anyways, it does mean that housing them with standards is not too bad because they can definitely stand up for themselves. But yeah, Jellybean is a very confident little rat. When I first got her, I thought she was going to be maybe a little bit timid because she seemed to be a little bit less sure than the other girls. But as it turns out, that was definitely not the case because within like 2 days of getting her, she had completely changed her tune and she was super confident. Always one of the first rats at the cage door. She's always climbing on things. I mean, one of her favorite things to do is to climb up the side of the cage, which freaks me out because my cage is way too tall for that to be okay. So I need to be very careful whenever I open the cage door because I know she's going to try and make an escape and just kind of explore because she loves to explore. That's like one of her favorite things. She's also a very energetic rat. She's always on the go and exploring, and she's definitely a very curious rat as well. She likes to be where the action is, and she also really likes to follow around my adult rats, which is super funny. Especially because, like I mentioned, she sometimes likes to sit on them as well. So it's very cute seeing her with them. She really didn't have any issues being introduced to my standard adults. I am always a little bit wary when I'm doing intros with adults and babies, especially if the babies are dwarf like Jellybean. However, she definitely had no issues with that. And even with my girl Raisin, who is one of my standard adults, who can be a bit difficult to intro because she tends to get overwhelmed by new rats and tends to be really pushy as a result, she had no issue with Jellybean. Like, Jellybean and her kind of got along right from the start. And I've never seen Raisin try to go after Jellybean, and Jellybean is just like totally chill with her, which is really nice. Jellybean is also so much fun to train. She's definitely learned the most out of her four sisters, and she's really good at fetch tricks in particular. I really wasn't expecting her to learn fetch so quickly, but she picked it up no problem. And in fact, she's learning basketball right now as well, which is kind of difficult because she is not tall enough to reach the hoop, but she doesn't mind getting onto a platform to reach it. So it's still going pretty well, even though it's kind of funny seeing her use this platform to get to the hoop itself. Anyways, yeah, Jellybean's a really sweet little rat, and she just has no problem keeping up with the standards or her siblings, and yeah, that's just kind of the typical dwarf rat thing. They really don't know that they're any different, and they have no problem keeping up with everyone. I mean, my senior dwarf rat Toast still keeps everyone in check, so I suspect Jellybean will end up taking over that role one day. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Jellybean. She's just a really great little rat, and you can expect to see more of her in the future. If you would like to see videos on her siblings, I will have all those linked down below in the description, so go ahead and check them out if you're interested. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!